Well, I've been putting this off for long enough. I think it's finally time to take care of this Corvette recall issue. Here for my 2 o'clock service appointment.
2 o'clock?
Yep. New 2500, but it's a gas. No Duramax. Stingray. Oh my God, look at all these Corvettes. They got about 30 of them in here. I believe this is the new Admiral Blue color for 17. Grand Sport in yellow. That's the color. God, these cup wheels look really good. I should get these for my Z06. Yay or nay? Leave a comment. Should I get those wheels for my Z06? Yes, loving the spec on this. I love this. This is pretty much how I would spec one if I was going to get a Grand Sport. I even love the silver hash marks.
What's going on?
That looks fantastic. See, the stripe is continued on the roof. I haven't seen that on any Z06s, but I do like it on this car. It works. Obviously the most famous color scheme that you find on Grand Sports, all the way back from the original to the C4 Corvette, and in this latest generation it looks even cooler. Honestly, I think this is the best looking one yet. You can't get any more American than a red, white, and blue Corvette. I am nursing a semi over this Grand Sport, and the red seat belts. Even has the red interior. I am a huge fan. I'm not even a fan, I'm an air conditioner. I fucking love it. Hey, check this out. Got a 911. In a similar spec to the Grand Sports, it is blue with red calipers. Not bad. Yeah, that is a very pretty car as well. We can take a guess on what do you think this car was traded on? Blacked out Duramax LTZ Z71. This is probably like a $65,000 truck. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys, I would love one, but we're talking a lot of money here. 54, not too far off. It's not bad though, honestly. Yeah, $68,000 MSRP, marked down to $54,000. That's a pretty good discount. You gotta picture this thing lifted on like 37s, looking dope as all fuck, and then it makes sense. I could walk around a car dealership all day. I mean, they probably think I'm fucking nuts talking to myself, but whatever. If you're looking for a sports car that looks great, great performance, very cool, these are becoming pretty good deals. Okay, 45K, that's pretty high for this. I mean, but this is a really low mileage one. Yeah, 3,000 miles, that is insane. But if you get one with a little bit higher miles, and again, not high, we're talking like 20 or 30,000. You can pick one up now for like 30-ish grand, and that is a lot of car for 30 grand. New Stingrays, these are dropping. I've seen new Stingrays now, 2014, you know, first year Stingrays. I've seen them in the 40s, in the high 40s. You got one in bowling green metallic, I believe is the color. This is of course discontinued now. It was only available for 1 year. Yep. Definitely the best spec if you're gonna get the green to get the Kalahari interior. Looks really nice together. It's quite a combo. Now this is an automatic, but this will be a 6-speed automatic carryover from the C6 generation. They did not come out with the 8-speed until 2015 model year Corvettes. And you got Subaru WRX fans Mustang over there. All right, it's been at least like 15 minutes. My car has to be done by now. Nope, got my hat on because it's a little bit, little nippy out there. And look at that, not even 5 o'clock and it's totally dark outside. Great. Obviously have to change this back. track mode all the time. It was funny because Phil, the guy who works on all the Corvettes there, who is an amazing, just expert in his craft, took it out on a short drive and was like, man, you can really tell that there's a difference between this and a stock one. 700 wheel horsepower, I bet it does feel different than a stock one. So the Corvette is back at home safe and sound, and I do want to apologize for it being basically pitch black outside, even though it's 10 after 5, but it is that time of year, so nothing we can do about that. I did want to talk about that Grand Sport just for a second though, because I think that it's kind of funny that I've totally come full circle on that car. Most of you will, I'm sure, remember when the Grand Sport first came out, I made a video saying that, oh, isn't it just kind of a fake Z06? And then I drove one and here goes a car passing by. I don't know if that really ruins the audio as much as I think it does, but it still bothers me when it happens. Anyway, but then I drove one with Andrew, Gold Pony on YouTube, and I started to understand what the Grand Sport was for, but I still didn't love it. You know, I think probably because it was just a silver one and it was kind of boring, but when I saw those ones today, I mean, that red, white, and blue spec that you can get on them is just the sexiest thing in the fucking world. Basically pornography. And I think it's funny because, oh, another car. But I think it's funny because, you know, if I could go back, would I get a Grand Sport instead of a Z06? And my answer would be no. I don't regret buying this car because at the time, when I was in the market for a new Corvette, this is what I wanted, and I would have missed out on a lot had I not gotten this car. So if I could go back, would I do it differently? And the answer is no. But I will say this, if I was in the market for a new Corvette not 6 months ago, and instead I was in the market for a new Corvette right now, I think I would get the Grand Sport. If I had stuck with what I said when I originally bought this car, which was I'm not gonna modify it, then yes, I would 100% still get a Z06. But if I knew going into this new car theoretical purchase, if I knew that I was gonna modify it, I would definitely get the Grand Sport. Here's the thing, you know, I could get a Grand Sport spec'd the same way as a Z06, and I don't care about all the fancy options and everything like that. That's why I have a base Z06. I could get a spec'd Grand Sport the same as a Z06 for probably, I don't know, 12 grand less. And then I could get a Pro Charger set up for, I don't know, like what, 5, 6, 7 grand with everything that I need, and right there's my power. There you have it. I have come totally full circle on a Grand Sport. If I was in the market for a new Corvette today, I think that's what I would get. Recall is taken care of, and we also got the free oil change for the Corvette. I'm not sure if it's like this for every Chevrolet, but when you buy a new Vet, you get 4 oil changes for free. Hey, why don't you quit making that noise? Other than that, the car is good to go, got a clean bill of health, and I want to give a huge thank you to the guys over at Click Lewis Chevrolet, Ben, my service advisor, who I always work with there, and of course Phil, who is the Corvette specialist over there. Just an absolute expert, really the best Corvette guy around. I mean, truly is, and there's a reason why I take my Corvette to them, even though there are other closer dealerships. Much loud. They really are just the best, you know, especially when you have a car like this, you want to make sure that it's in the right hands, and over there it definitely is. No, this was not a paid advertisement in exchange for a great deal on a new Duramax. It really wasn't, but I was, perhaps, maybe at some point, I was looking at potentially getting a new truck. Never getting rid of the old one though, so do not worry about that. Anyway, I sincerely hope that you all enjoyed this video. As always, if you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe. Take care. Have a great day. All right, let's do a little Q&A here. I love doing Q&As. This is a nice way to kind of slow it down and just really connect with people. You know, the channel is so busy these days, so I love these. These are fun. And earlier today, I put up a picture on Instagram telling people to ask their questions below, and I got about 1,200 comments. I just finally got to the top. So anyway, let's get right into it. Do you ever plan on going to SEMA? This was asked by 83 Bluebird. I don't, you know, I'd like to see the trucks at SEMA, but other than that, it's not really my thing. You know, I don't know. I don't feel like flying all the way out there just to walk around. I feel like I can see that kind of stuff, you know, here at Motorama or other things like that. Even though it's a great show, just not really my thing. What's your favorite kind of truck? Right now, my favorite kind of truck, new truck out there on the market is probably the GMC Denali Duramax. That's what I would get if I could have any truck. Here's a package getting delivered during my Q&A. That delivery is going to be the subject of another vlog, so hold on, I'll join you in a second. Of course, when I start the Q&A. Well, that's exciting. I'm very happy about the delivery, but of course it had to happen while I was doing this. So anyway, where were we? Do you ever plan on going to SEMA? We covered that. What's your favorite kind of truck? Oh, a GMC Denali would be my favorite. I don't know. I just like the way they look. That's what I would get. I would get a brand new GMC Denali Duramax, like the top of the line truck that they offer. Are you getting the new Stang 550? No, I don't think I'm going to be in the market for a Mustang. I was considering a GT350R when they were new. They were too expensive. They're still like stupidly expensive. 90 to 100 grand for those things. Not worth it. Are you getting the Bugatti Chiron? Probably, yeah. Will you buy a bike? No, motorcycle's way too dangerous for me. Do you plan on doing more motor upgrades to the Dirty Max? Not really. I like the fact that it's a reliable daily driver, and I like the way it drives now. It does not need to be fast. It's it's an 8,000-pound truck. I love drag trucks and everything, and if you like doing that kind of thing, that's great, but it's not for me. I just like it to be my slow daily driver. Have you topped it out, and if so, how fast? I've never topped out either one of my vehicles. The Duramax I've never taken above 100 just because, you know, what's the point? I feel like that's just putting more stress on the truck than it needs to have. And the Vet, I mean, I'm sure that at this point this will do well over 200, and I don't have the space for that. Have you ever thought about wheel spacers for your truck? Perhaps. Will you ever modify the internals of your Z06? I don't think so. I think that I'm going to put this car on drag radials, see how fast it goes, and, you know, if it's controllable and I feel like I want to go faster and try to get a better time at the quarter mile, then maybe I'll look at more power. But I honestly think that for now, this is, or at least for a while, this is all the power that I need. And, you know, we'll see. We'll have to see what happens. Plan on a road trip meetup with fans, possibly next season at some point. I hope to do a lot more traveling next season. You know, the winter time here in Pennsylvania, obviously I'm kind of stuck now for the next couple of months, but next season for sure. Do you ever see yourself changing the wrap on the Dirty Max? Absolutely. In fact, we're working on that right now. Why the yellow Corvette? I like bright sports cars, and, you know, dark colors look really cool, but to me, they're kind of boring. Like, I wouldn't want to look at that every day for a sports car. Now, for another car, like if I had a Mercedes, it'd probably be black or something like that. But for a sports car, I like something bright and a little bit fun. Your sister is at 5,000 followers on Instagram. Where's the Lambo? So a little while ago, I put up a picture and said, if my sister's page gets to 5,000 followers, I'll lease a Lamborghini Huracan. Didn't really think that she'd get there, but you know, a lot of people obviously want to see me spend the money for a Huracan. So, you know, I will say this. I'm seriously looking at getting something like that in the very near future. That's what I will say for now. And I don't want to say anything else because it's not a definite thing, but that is certainly on the list, and it will be an LP 580 too. Would you ever lift the truck more than 6 inches, add bigger tires? I would like to do a bigger lift, bigger tires for the Duramax, but not until I have a solid front axle. That's my that's what I have to do first before I go bigger than that. Do you think with good tires your Vet could beat a GTR? A stock GTR? I don't even need better tires to beat a stock GTR right now, but you know, modified's a whole different story. New color to the car. New wrap, I assume you're asking? Then yes, that's definitely going to happen soon. Are you going to cam the Z06? Possibly. We'll see. Again, that's kind of goes back to the thing where I want to see where I'm at right now, next season, when it's good weather, I have good tires, see how fast it is, and, you know, then we'll figure that out. Are you planning to come to the Massachusetts area? Not anytime soon. What's your goal with horsepower for the Vet? Don't really have a goal. I just feel like once it's fast enough, I'll know, which could be, it's already pretty quick, so maybe like 800 wheel at some point, and that would be the absolute most. But I don't know. Like I said, we'll see where we're at, and maybe I want to keep going with it. Will you ever do a project car that's a classic muscle car? Not really my thing. I love muscle cars, the whole era. I think it's fantastic, but I'm more of a fan of newer vehicles, so I would not be interested in getting an older muscle car. Would you ever sell your Duramax for another diesel truck? I wouldn't. I would be interested in getting a new diesel truck, but I wouldn't sell my old one to get it. Are you tempted to get the new ZL1, or is Nick tempted? From what I know, Nick is very much considering getting a new ZL1 with his current ZL1 too, so he's going to have both. Me, I would like one, but I think that I'm going to save up for, you know, something else. I could get maybe 2 sports cars for similar amounts of money, like 70-ish grand, kind of like what I have now, and maybe get a ZL1 or something else, or I could get like a super expensive supercar. Obviously, I couldn't afford, you know, both or all 3. So I think that I'm going to save up for something bigger. This person, Tony Moore, says, whose house? I don't know what he means by that. If you're referring to like where we are right now, this is my house. What is your dream car and truck combo? Honestly, what I have now, new Vet, new Duramax. That's like all I've ever wanted as a kid. You know, now like I am looking at potentially getting a supercar, but this is all I could ever want or need, honestly. Just getting the supercar would just be like craziness, because just to try to, I don't know. But like, don't get me wrong, I want one, but this is all that I really like ever envisioned myself having. Are you going to do anything to your house to make it more you? Like, people, a lot of times people are like, why isn't your house decorated? Like, do you see my cars? Do you think I give a shit about what the inside of my house looks like? This is like, I put my money into stuff that I want. I could give the slightest about interior decorations. I'm happy doing stuff to my cars. Will you do a meet in the 717? I don't really want to do like a meet per se. I go to Cars and Coffee and say, hey, come out and we'll meet up there. That's a great place to do it. But trying to line up a parking lot and get the permission and do all that shit for myself, I'm not interested in doing that. That's way too much work. And it's more fun to be at Cars and Coffee where there's already a venue with tons of cool cars to look at. What's the price range for your next car? It varies, but probably about 150 grand. Favorite thing about the Dirty Max is just the looks. I fucking love that truck so much. If you got fired from your day job and your YouTube career went down the drain, would you work at Chick-fil-A? No, I would just get another job. I'm not interested in working in fast food. Not that I'm not the kind of person who bitches about fast food workers. We need them and it's a great job. Just, I don't want to go back. My first job was at Subway. I don't want to go back to doing that. Any plans for another car or truck project? Yeah, when I get the new car or truck, whatever it is, it's gonna be modified. It's gonna be an ongoing thing. Which Bulldog is your favorite? They're my kids. I don't have favorites. Would you travel with the Corvette to attend national car shows? I don't know. Like, I love driving, but I don't want to do road trips. I love driving to a point, like South Carolina, which is about 8-9 hours. That's about as far as I want to drive. I don't want to drive any farther than that. Anything more than that, I'd much rather fly. So local shows, anywhere kind of on the East Coast area, sure. Farther than that, not really my thing. Would you sell the Z06 or Dirty Max to buy something else? I would sell this car to get something else, but I wouldn't sell my Duramax at this point. It's just, I have too much in it. I love it so much. I can't get rid of it. That Duramax is just such a part of me at this point that I can't imagine selling it. Why do you use clickbait titles and thumbnails? Clickbait to me, like, I don't even feel like I clickbait. I mean, it's how you define the word, right? Obviously, it's a little bit of clickbait, but there's a difference to me between an exaggerated title and clickbait. Like Casey Neistat, Roman Atwood, other vloggers, they use exaggerated titles, but I wouldn't call it clickbait because it is in the video. It's about how you interpret the title. Clickbait to me is like when there's a title and a thumbnail, has nothing to do with the video. It's just, and it never appears in the video, nothing about it. That to me is real clickbait. But truth be told, the reason why everyone does it is because it works and it's important to grow your audience. So it just makes sense. If YouTube is if you're gonna take it seriously, you got to do what you got to do. And I think it's fun. I love coming up with fun titles and making fun thumbnails and seeing the reactions from people. It's fun. It's not to mislead people. It's to have fun, and it's to make sure that people want to watch the video. It's to get people's attention to where they say, hey, I want to see what's going on here. What is the reason you like cars? What sparked your interest in cars? I don't know. Ever since I was a little kid, you know, I had Hot Wheels and model cars and everything, and I've loved them ever since. Now I still have toys that are just more expensive. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Sure. How can you afford both cars? Well, the payment for this isn't bad, and my Duramax is paid off, but honestly, YouTube. I wouldn't be able to afford any of this stuff without YouTube. People think that, like, I'm some type of millionaire. I'm not. I make my cars financed like everyone else's, but I have good income at this point in my life. What's your favorite car you've owned, and what's your dream car? Favorite car I've owned is this one. Dream car would be some type of Lamborghini, like an Aventador. What's your favorite classic Chevy pre-1980? I don't know. I would say obviously just an old, like a C2 Corvette. Like those are great. Those are some of my favorites, like an old split window Stingray, maybe something like that. That would be my favorite Chevy, or an old Camaro. They're all cool. Like I said, I'm more of a fan of new cars though. Which did you enjoy more, the Hellcat or the Corvette? The Corvette. This is a more fun car than the Hellcat is. How much wood would a woodchuck? Everything going to the Woodward Dream Cruise. I don't even know. Not even aware on what that is. If there was an invasion of turkeys, how would you handle it? I feel like turkeys aren't that violent. I don't think it'd be a big deal. Ever going to do a full exhaust on the Z06? Might do a Corsa Extreme here in the near future at some point. Best automotive YouTube channel in your opinion? I would say Salamandran. I mean, the production value of his show Banging Gears is insane. I can only imagine the amount of money that he puts into that show. And he pretty much has a vlog every day. It's always a longer vlog, and it's not just long for the sake of being long. It's long because it's interesting and it's fun. Like I can sit there and watch a 20-minute video and I don't mind it at all. If you had an unlimited amount of money, what 3 cars would you buy? Like I said, I'd probably just have like a brand new Duramax, brand new Vet, and maybe a Lambo, something like that. You know, Lambo, nothing crazy. And here's my sister betraying me. Are you buying the Lambo now that I've reached 5,000 followers on Instagram? We'll have to see, Lynn. Well, with that being said, I think that we're going to end here. I see we're at about 15 or so minutes, which is a nice little chunk of Q&A time. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video once again. If you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe. Take care, have a great day, and to participate in the next Q&A, follow me at StreetSpeed717. Link will be in the description.